In this video, I want to chat about why I think the Kharadron Overlords might have been the best thing that's ever happened to Age of Sigmar. Hi folks, and welcome back to the channel. So it's been a little while now since Games Workshop announced the Kharadron Overlords for Age of Sigmar, and there's also been a lot of discussion online about whether people like them or don't like them, whether they see them as the replacement of squats now, whether they see them as too much of a 40k type army, whether they don't see them as a fantasy army, or whether they might just be the best thing that anyone's ever seen and that people have already lined up their wallets ready to purchase them. I think personally, this might be the best thing that could have happened to Age of Sigmar, and let me tell you why. For most of Age of Sigmar's life, if we take aside the Stormcast Eternals, I think what we've pretty much seen is we've seen the hangover of Warhammer Fantasy armies being tweaked to allow them to be used in Age of Sigmar. The Stormcast Eternals showed a new sign of things to come, I think, with the design of them, and there was a lot of hatred, I would say, as well as a lot of praise for those Golden Warriors when they first launched. But what it did show was it showed a new direction of how the genre was going. So with the release of the Kharadron Overlords, I think this really shows that Games Workshop are trying to distance themselves from fantasy of the past and really showing the world of Age of Sigmar and the Mortal Realms. So one thing I think that Games Workshop do better than any other company is they make models that really divide opinion. So we mentioned about the Stormcast Eternals. People either loved them or they hated them. There wasn't really an in-between kind of opinion of it's okay. And I think this is really, really healthy for games, because what it means is it shows passion and it shows a real interest. If it's just a passing interest in, it looks okay, I might buy it, I might not, I'll have a look at the other models, like a lot of other war games, this doesn't generate any kind of passion about the game. But this real sort of divisive, I either love it or I hate it opinion is what drives people to talk about games, it's what gets people interested in them, and it drags people in from outside who wouldn't normally look at that game. The Kharadron Overlords have done it again. So there's people that say, I hate them, they look too much like 40k, they're not what I expected, it's not fantasy, it's steampunk, what's it even doing in Age of Sigmar? And then on the flip side of that coin, you've got people who say, I can't wait to buy them. My money's already put to one side for them. Somebody said, I've sold all of my old dwarves, ready to buy these. And there's a real love it or hate it feel about them. Personally, I think I'm in the love it camp. I really can't see myself picking these up at some point. I'm too new to the game to just plough in and spend another few £100 on another army when I haven't completed my first one. Although that's what I've been doing for about the last 15 years, so why change the habit of a lifetime? But my intention this time is to finish off my Beast Claw Raiders and then potentially pick up a second army. Now that second army for me was going to be Sylvaneth. However, after seeing these Kharadron Overlords, I think I might enjoy that kind of metallic steampunk feel about them. So we haven't seen any rules for them. We can speculate all we want about how they're going to operate in the game. However, it definitely pictures where Age of Sigmar and its setting is going. It's moving away from fantasy of old, it's setting itself up as its own game, and that can only be a good thing. And if it generates interest from people who play other games, so the steampunk look of the models might interest someone who plays Malifaux, who in the past has never considered the game. It might bring somebody in from the War Machine community who kind of looked at it from the past and thought, elves, dwarves, not for me. So me personally, it's the best thing that could have happened to Age of Sigmar. I'm sure you guys out there have got different opinions and I'd love to know what they are. So please leave a comment down below. Let me know whether you're in the love it or the hate it camp. Let me know whether you're going to buy them. And I'll see you again in the next video.